lovely that you've joined me for today's Worry Wizard Book Club, and it's a special one. Today we're going to be reading The Day the Sea Went Out and Never Came Back, which is written by Margot Sunderland, and all the beautiful illustrations are drawn by Nikki Armstrong. Now this storybook is a book about big feelings, and so have a little pause together today and decide if you feel comfy enough to share our book about big feelings. Who's that, do you wonder? That is Eric, the sand dragon. And at the beginning of our story, we find out that Eric loves one thing more than he loves anything else. Can you guess what it is? It's the beautiful sea. He loves the sea, and every day he sits and he watches his beautiful sea go and then come back. And when the sea goes, you see how Eric calls to the sea things like, "Goodbye, goodbye, see you soon." And you can imagine Eric's excitement for when the sea comes back. You find out all the reasons why Eric loves the sea. You find out that he enjoys building sandcastles. Sometimes he sits on a big rock and laughs with joy as the waves rush over his feet. I wonder if you've ever done that. I wonder if you've had the sea rush over your feet. I wonder what the water was like. Was it cold? Anyway, back to Eric. Eric likes to dive under the sea and see all the sea creatures. Eric's sea is really so very, very special to him. But then this is the part where we start to learn about big feelings. I wonder if you've got a cushion that you could cuddle, or maybe a comfy blanket that you could snuggle in. Because one day Eric's sea goes out and it doesn't come back. Eric waited and he waited, but the sea didn't come back. He fell on the sand and cried, "Don't go, please don't leave me. You are my everything." But even though it was what he wanted more than anything else, the sea did not come back. And you'll see in the pictures the colours. There's lots of grey in the pictures. I wonder if that matches Eric's feelings. The world feels cold and grey to him. The beautiful colour of the sea is gone and it didn't come back. And we find out that Eric has friends that try to help, so they bring blankets and hot chocolate. But Eric's too sad to take them. And then Eric has a thought, I don't want to feel anything ever again. He wonders if possibly he could be like a rock or a stone, all frozen and still inside. And the colours, they stay grey. And then one day, something incredible happens. Pushing up through a tiny crack in that hard, hard rock came a little wild flower. I wonder if you've ever seen a wild flower growing somewhere that you least expected it. It's really, really precious and beautiful. I always try to stop and notice. It feels like a precious glimmer that I enjoy and hold tight all day. But this flower was so precious to Eric. But when he saw it, his first feeling was one of big and panic. There's no water here. Please don't die. I'm going to go and find water. So Eric ran along the beach as fast as he could. Look how empty it is. Goodness me, I wonder how Eric felt at that moment. And luckily, at this point in the story, Eric found someone he could trust. This is a really important piece. I wonder if you have people around you that you can trust, or one very special person that you can trust. Well, for Eric, it was Surf the dog. Surf is a really lovely, trusty looking dog with big floppy ears. And have you noticed, when you get to this part of the story, the colours start to come back. So Eric gets some water from Surf the dog and he takes it back to the flower. And then more flowers pop up. Look how pretty it is at this part of the story. There are so many flowers. And if you're listening to this and can't see the pictures, I want you to imagine lovely purple flowers popping up through the rocks. Eric was caring for the little flowers. And as he did that, he did something so very brave. He began to cry. I'm so glad you're getting to share how you feel, Eric. And Surf sits with Eric in his sadness and says, how brave of you to cry, because it really hurts to feel how much you miss someone who's gone. Yet those who dare not feel their pain can close their hearts and never truly love again. I'm very lost, sobs Eric. And when Eric let himself be comforted by Surf, the sun peeped out from behind the clouds for the first time in ages. And then Surf does something really special. He gives Eric a special shell that he can put to his ear and hear the sound of the sea. And as he heard the sound of the sea, Eric felt able to tell Surf about the beautiful sea that he loved so very much. He began to share I remember stories, and Surf was so glad to hear them. And together, they realised that the memories of the sea were like a special kind of treasure in Eric's mind. Look at that treasure box with all those wonderful memories in. He hadn't lost that treasure. No one could take it away from him. That treasure sat safely inside of his heart. And as we get to the end of the story, Eric makes a wooden sign to put beside his pool and wrote on it, in memory of you, I miss you dreadfully. And people came and visited the rock pool. Oh, look at them all together. And they found it so beautiful. This is such a beautiful story. I wonder what you think about Eric the Sand Dragon. I suppose I noticed the size of feelings that Eric feels throughout this story. His courage to share those feelings with someone that he trusts. And also how his feelings change throughout the story. But the thing that doesn't change is his love for the sea. Gosh, you're a brave sand dragon, Eric. I'd love you to read this story. I'd love you to tell me what you think. I wonder whether you could make a treasure box like Eric did and put special memories inside of it. I wonder if you could talk to someone that you trust about your big feelings. Sometimes the most important part of Worry Was a Book Club happens after the video ends, when you get to share a time for a chat with those around you. I'd love you to know that you can talk about your big feelings, because the people around you would love to share them with you. For now, I'm going to send you lots of wellbeing wishes from me, Amy, the Worry Wizard. We'd love a thumbs up, you to hit that subscribe button, ring our notification bell, visit theworrywizard.com, and let's help children's wellbeing shine together.